This is a part of Liverpool, a city of nearly 1 million inhabitants and one of the biggest ports and shipbuilding areas in the world. During the war, it was a target for air raids which laid waste whole areas, but now the City Council are rebuilding fast. But one of the most interesting achievements of the council was to establish over 100 years ago public washhouses where even now thousands of Liverpool housewives bring their weekly wash. Some of them bring as much as 60 pounds of washing. And though these old prams are the most popular means of transport, you'll often see the older ones carrying the bundles on their heads. They were started thanks to the work of Kitty Wilkinson, a labourer's wife who used to lend her washtub to her neighbours. During a cholera epidemic in the overcrowded town, she persuaded the council that the spread of the disease could be stopped if the people could only wash their clothes and themselves properly. So, not long after, the first public washhouse was opened, and this is how it looked. Nowadays, the 13 public washhouses are not so very different, except that the washing is mostly done in these huge machines. Another difference is that whereas the women used to start queuing up with their washing before daybreak, nowadays there's an efficient booking system, and they all know exactly when their turn is and what machine to use. After booking in, it's a race against time to get started as soon as possible, because they have exactly an hour to get the washing done. These women certainly know how to get through the most work in the shortest time. When the machine has been loaded, an attendant starts it for them and pours in the detergent. Each wash has to be boiled for 20 minutes because the main purpose of this type of wash is to ensure a high standard of hygiene. At the end of the wash, the attendant switches the machine off. Meanwhile, the women have probably been washing other garments in the hand stalls, and now it's time to transfer everything to the hydro extractors, which are rather like giant spin dryers. When loaded properly, they go round at 1,200 revolutions a minute, and when they come out, the clothes are over 50% dry. Often, blankets and even carpets go through this process because, as you see, it's not just clothes that go into the wash. From the hydros, everything is transferred to the drying racks, which are then pushed into hot air tunnels where the drying process is completed. After all that hard work, it's time to relax. The same women come at the same time every week, and there's plenty to talk about. There are cafes attached to the washhouses as well, so many women almost regard the washhouse as their club, and they don't have to worry about their children, who are looked after in the crèche upstairs by experienced attendants. And so, 2 hours after they arrived, and washing and ironing is completed, wash day is over for the housewife of Liverpool. They set out for home, carrying their bundles in the most convenient way. But stop! Have you left anything? This little lot is just 1 week's collection of articles the women have forgotten to take away with them. The Liverpool Corporation are opening new washhouses too. This one will cater for hundreds of customers when it's finished. The machines will be more up-to-date, and the general modernisation throughout will make wash day even easier. But even so, there are still a few people who don't believe that any change is a change for the better. This lady, for example, still thinks the old ways are best. She's washing in exactly the same way that they used to in the days when the washhouses were first opened. She's using a dolly tub with plenty of hot water, and the stick she's got there to beat the clothes is called a posser. They're certainly taking some punishment, but that's the way she likes to do it. However, the hardest way isn't necessarily the best way, and although when the washhouses are modernised, all the dolly tubs and possers will be scrapped, in some ways it'll be a pity when those great clouds of steam no longer rise from the hand stalls and the old brigade have to conform to the march of progress. But maybe their woolens will last longer.